It's been a decade since the Silver Wars, when Rosberg and Hamilton set the world alight. The 2026 season has started with a dominant Mercedes car. This has brought back long-suppressed memories of the Hamilton-Rosberg and later Hamilton-Bottas Mercedes eras of dominance. Now, these aren't fond memories for a McLaren fan, mainly because McLaren were dreadful during that era. But what wasn't dreadful were the battles between Hamilton and Rosberg, especially in 2016. And incredibly enough, it's been 10 years since Rosberg and Hamilton duked it out. For nearly 4 seasons, Formula One was dominated by a single color, silver. But within that dominance, a war was being waged, not against rivals from other teams, but between teammates, between friends, between brothers. This is the story of Nico and Lewis, a rivalry that redefined friendship and pushed the boundaries of competition. This is the story of the Silver Wars. Before the spotlights of Formula One, before the championships and the controversies, there were 2 young boys and a dream they shared. Nico and Lewis grew up together in the competitive world of karting. They were teammates, fierce rivals, but also, surprisingly, friends. They pushed each other, learned from each other, shared victories and defeats. Keke Rosberg, Nico's father, was a former Formula One world champion. He provided the motorsport pedigree. Anthony Hamilton, Lewis's dad, fueled his son with raw talent and relentless ambition. Nico's path seemed almost predestined. He was technical, analytical, methodical, a smooth operator. He worked his way through the ranks, consistently delivering. Lewis was different. Raw, instinctive, a prodigy on wheels. His talent was undeniable, his speed frightening. He exploded onto the scene, capturing attention with his fearlessness. Their paths rarely crossed directly, but they climbed the ladder, and the fire was lit. The competitive spark ignited on dusty kart tracks was just waiting for the right stage to ignite. In 2013, their paths converged at Mercedes in Formula One. This was the moment they both worked for. This was the stage they were built for. The first few years were outwardly at least amicable. They were working together to make Mercedes a force to be reckoned with. There were moments of brilliance from both, flashes of the speed and skill that had brought them there. Lewis, with his natural flair and aggression, was quickly establishing himself as the team's talisman. Nico, ever the analyst, was working hard, analyzing data, improving his driving. But beneath the surface, the seeds of tension were already being sown. Every point mattered, every victory counted. And as Mercedes grew stronger, as the possibility of championship contention became real, the pressure intensified. There were whispers, stories about strategic calls and team orders. The once clear line between friendship and rivalry was beginning to blur. Then came 2014 and everything changed. Suddenly, Red Bull was replaced by Mercedes as the dominant force. The championship was theirs to lose, and it was no longer a team effort. It was a duel. The Bahrain Grand Prix in 2014 was a turning point, a head-to-head battle for victory. Lap after lap, corner after corner, Lewis came out on top, but the intensity was palpable. This was more than just racing. This was a statement. The friendly rivalry was over. The gloves were off. There were incidents, moments of contact, strategic gambles, cryptic radio messages. Each race became a battleground, each championship point a precious resource. Lewis claimed the World Drivers' Championship in 2014 and again in 2015. He was on top of the world. He was the champion.
I had the inside position, a strong position, and went a bit deep into the corner, but that's fine, because I dictate on the inside, and just very surprised that Lewis turned in, so absolutely gutted for sure. That was unbelievable.
But for Nico, the fire burned brighter than ever. He knew he had the speed, he knew he had the talent, and he knew he had to prove it to the world. He would analyze every data point, improve every aspect of his driving. He would become more technical, more precise. He would do whatever it took. The 2016 would be the start of the final act. Nico started the season stronger than ever, determined, focused, ruthless. He racked up consecutive wins, building a significant lead. Lewis was playing catch-up. He was the defending champion, but there were reliability issues, engine problems. It seemed like the universe was conspiring against him. But he never gave up. He fought back, clawing his way back into championship contention. Tension reached fever pitch. The team was divided. The world was watching. Every race was a drama. Every decision scrutinized by the world. And then came Spain. They collided on the first lap. A single moment that encapsulated the entire rivalry. It was shocking, dramatic, and a stark reminder of the intensity of the battle between the two teammates. The relationship was fractured. There was no more talk of friendship. This was raw, unadulterated competition. They traded wins, they traded blows. The points lead fluctuated. Every mistake was costly. Every victory a triumph. Brazil was a turning point. Lewis won in difficult conditions, closing the gap again. It came down to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Nico had the points lead. Lewis had the momentum. The race was agonizing. Lewis, leading from the front, did something controversial. He slowed down, backing Nico into the chasing pack, desperate for someone, anyone, to overtake his teammate and gift him the championship. Nico, knowing exactly what was happening, drove with a focus and composure that was almost superhuman. He defended his position lap after agonizing lap, with the championship title hanging in the balance. He crossed the line. Nico Rosberg had beaten his rival. Nico Rosberg had done what his dad had done. He had won the Formula One World Drivers' Championship.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we're out there to race, and the team have won a Constructors' Championship, so what am I supposed to do, just sit there and let the dude come and win the championship? You know, I have to kind of try to help myself.
And days later, he would shock the world. I've decided to stop my Formula One career. I've climbed the mountain. I've reached the peak, and I want to leave on a high note. Those were the words of Nico Rosberg when he announced his immediate retirement of the 2016 World Formula One Championship. It was the ultimate mic drop. He had done it. He had beaten Lewis Hamilton. He'd won the championship, stolen it from the grasp of his greatest foe, and now he was walking away. The rivalry, the tension, the drama, it was all over in an instant. Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, two drivers who redefined what it meant to be teammates. A rivalry that will be remembered for its intensity, its drama, and the extraordinary lengths to which it drove two exceptionally talented men. A rivalry possibly only ever matched or bettered by the rivalry between Senna and Prost. And with that, we've reached the end of another video, celebrating 10 years since the end of the Silver Wars, and looking forward to Kimi Antonelli pushing George Russell all the way and maybe sneaking a win till the other teams hopefully catch up to the newest edition of the dominant Silver Arrows. Thank you for watching. I'd appreciate it greatly if you would think about subscribing, to having a look at some of our other videos. God bless and goodbye.